Well, this is daft even by my standards. I started this project months ago and then mislaid it. And now I've just found it. And as you can see, what I've done so far is just put some little bits of pink shell around the edge, and a bit of a thin layer of clear resin. Chuck the same in this little hot mould. Made myself an inlay, a whopping big chunky inlay with a view to making a hole, to making like a shaker thing. So that should stick to the tray, like so, onto that layer of resin. Yep, it sticks. So yeah, I was going to make a big shaker. Anyway, Valentine's Day, and I've just found this literally this morning. Valentine's Day is coming up, so I thought we probably ought to finish it. So apologies for not having the first bit of the of this video. If I do happen to find it between now and when I get around to editing this, because it might be somewhere back in the way back when on my phone that I film with. If it is, I'll add it in. I'll add it into the video at the end for you, just in case anybody wants to see it. But anyway, that's all that's happened so far. So I'm just going to need to find some colours and get sorted, basically. So I'll be back in a moment. Right, we're going to mix up some resin. I'm using the Let's Resin epoxy, 2-parter, 1-to-1, nice and simple. And I'm running really low in this bottle. Thank you to Let's Resin for sending this to me. By the way, I've got discount codes and links for some of the things I'm using here today, so I will pop those down in the video description for you. And that does include the resin. Right, I'm going to try and be good and stir the resin more slowly than usual, because you definitely get less bubbles if you stir it really slowly. So here we go. And I've decided what I'm going to do is split this into 2, if there's enough. Hopefully there's enough. And we're going to put it in the layer of the pink first. And I've got this is from Boo and Nicole, and it's a nice kind of softy, girly baby pink. Actually, I will mix up a bit more because we've got the pot to do as well, haven't we? Anyway, then we're going to drizzle some white over it and see if we can get like a billowy effect. Right, as you can see, I succumbed and stirred it too fast, so we have got bubbles, in fact. Anyway, we're going to pour out some into this little pot. And we're going to make the rest of it pink. Oh, no, let's have a, tell you what, let's put a little layer of clear on first. I nearly forgot to put my giant inlay in. Make sure that's stuck down. Yep. Let's pour a little layer of clear in first. Just drizzle it round a bit. Right, and while that's settling and making its way around, it doesn't need to be complete coverage, but, you know, something approaching that. I'll mix up the colours. Yeah, there we go. Making it up as I go along as usual. Right. So we want the pink in here. It's very pretty, look, very girly. How much we're going to need? Let's see what that mixes in like. Isn't that yummy? A little bit more maybe. There we are. Should be more than enough. And I'll come back and stir it again in a minute to make sure there's no like lumps of the mica powder risen to the surface. You don't tend to get too much of that with a good quality mica powders and resins, but it's always worth just checking. Now this is the bloom paste from Pouring Your Heart Out, which I shall use to be my white. I've put quite a bit in because we're almost going to use this as a bit of a push, like a sinker. Now I was thinking, I've got a syringe out, I was thinking of trying to do specific dots rather than just drizzle it over. There we go. I don't know. Still thinking about that. Oh yeah, let's do it. Just because I haven't done that before. So I've got one of these syringes. Now clearly that nozzle is way too long and too thin. So I'm just going to chop the end off there. How's just that look? A bit bigger. There we go. So we've now got a nice sized nozzle on it. Hopefully I can pour this in here without it going everywhere. So let's see. It's a nice thing about little paper cups, you can squish them. And don't forget we're going to need some for this as well. Oh! And now it's coming out the end of the thing. Ah, God, what am I like? So that's all in there ready. I've probably mixed up way too much, but don't forget we have got this pot to do. So I'm just going to have a last quick check on this pink. And yep, indeed it has That has mixed itself all through nicely. So we're just going to tip that all over like this. Got plenty left for the pot. Let's have a little bit more here. So I'm hoping we're going to get a nice 3D effect on this, is the idea. Let's just get this emptied out. That all seems to be settling nicely. Let's just run a long neck lighter over the surface. Just gently take off the bubbles that are rising. And this is almost up to the surface. Well, it is up to the surface, up to the level. I like to go slightly above so that you don't get the sharp edges. And this, hopefully, will take it up to there. So we're just doing little dots all over, not evenly particularly. Oh, and a big dribble. Damn it. Sorry, did I just curse? I might as well have just poured it out of the pot, mightn't I? Oh well, we'll see what happens. Piping bag might have been better, mightn't it? But hey, I'm not very good with piping bags either. Oh, I'm getting the hang of this now. Now it's too late. I should have had a practice first, shouldn't I? But never mind. I just wanted the blobs to be a bit kind of localised rather than just random swirl. Just to see if we got like a different effect. Now, of course, in this little pot, it's going to be kind of chuck it in and hope for the best, because we're not going to be able to do dots, are we? So I'm just going to fill it up with the white. Now, of course, I've got to have... well, I ought to do a lid to match this at some point. If I want the lid. The pot does have a lid. We shall see. Let's bring it back in shot a bit more. Let's have a little bit more of the pink for the little pot. And of course our final steps will be turning this into a shaker. So we do need to leave a little bit of room for a back coat, because obviously you're going to need to put a little bit of perspex over there. Put all cool stuff inside it, once I've taken this inlay out, of course, and then top coat over the back. See, these are all starting to pull and whiz around a bit. Now I don't know whether that's going to carry through to the underneath where you can see it. I have no idea. Yeah, the underneath it will then be the top. But we shall see. All a bit of an experiment, really. Seeing what I'm seeing through the sides of the little pot, it does look as if there's something interesting going on. We'll see. I'll bring the camera down in a sec. I just want to do a bit of this to make sure we've got any... haven't got all bubbles trapped around here, because I know the bottoms of curved shapes tend to... yeah, you can see the bubbles coming up, look. Just going to go gently around with this. Trying not to scorch the mould. Now we have a waiting game until we can demold these and put our final touches to this. Let's hope that works. Right, I'll see you later. Right, I've decided what to put in here. I've got loads of bits. This is actually a little pack of bits specifically designed for shakers that I got, I think, from Amazon. It was set with several colours in. So let's put a bit of that. I'm not going to put any liquid in here, by the way. Last time I tried to make a shaker, I wasn't very good at it. And a couple of people said, you don't have to put liquid in. Okay, I won't then. Thank you. There's a few more little bits out of a pot of other random sequiny bits I'd got. And then there's these, which are just like little flowers. These are all just bits I've collected over a period of time from various places, but mostly Amazon, I think. And then I've got these little metal roses. Again, I think these were an Amazon purchase. They're kind of the wrong shade of pink, but never mind. Let's put them in. I'm going to put them face down so they're the right side facing the front, but they'll probably turn over, won't they? Should do a silver one. I just thought because these have got a bit of weight to them, they'll help to shake everything up a bit. Aren't they lovely? Yeah. We should do more with those since I've got a big pot of them. Is that enough stuff, do you think? I'll put a little bit more of this random shaker stuff. If I can find any of these bits and pieces, I will put the links down in the video description, but bear with me because I've had some of these for years. Right, what were we doing? Oh, perspex, that was it. So I've got a sheet of acetate here. You could use a bit of old packaging or whatever, really. But I just happen to have a pack of this stuff. And it's just a nice, thick, heavy-duty sort of acetate. So we're just going to cut a piece like so. don't have to be precise with this. We just want enough to cover the cavity and still have a bit left over so that it'll seal it properly. How's that? A bit bigger than it needs actually, isn't it? But never mind. Trim a bit more off. Probably not important. I mean, ideally I'd cut a heart-shaped piece that's just slightly bigger than the cavity, but yeah. It's not going to make a lot of difference because you're not going to see it. How's that? Just the job. Right, we're going to stick that down with ultraviolet curing resin. I've got a bottle of Craft Resin's ultraviolet curing resin here. I find it very good. We're going to put a good layer all around the edge, hopefully not falling into the hole. So I'm a bit reliant on the surface tension here. If you've got a higher viscosity UV resin handy, that might be even better for this because it wouldn't have that worry about it potentially falling down into the hole. Now, of course, I haven't got to worry about whatever liquid I put in there coming out, leaking, because I'm not putting liquid in there. However, I don't really want it all, the resin, getting in there, do I? So I do want a decent seal. That looks like it's sealed all the way around. I'm not going to press too much because I don't want to squidge that resin that I've used to seal it into the hole. Right, lamp time. Get my Big Let's resin one out. Still the best lamp on the market in my humble opinion. So let's get that cured. In the meantime, while that's curing, I'm going to get some gloves on and we'll get some more epoxy mixed up. And I think I'm just going to go clear on the back so that this remains clear. But I'll mix up enough to do the lid for that little pot as well. Just noticed while I was mixing the resin up that this little pot ended up with a rim of bubbles around it. I bet I couldn't do that again if I tried, but isn't it pretty? I would have liked to put some of this pink shell in the top of the lid as well, but unfortunately, I think that was the last of my pink stuff. Anyway, this is well mixed up. As usual, I've stirred way too fast, so it's full of bubbles. Don't do this, people. Don't do this. And yes, I am using up yoghurt pots and various other things at the moment. Waste not, want not. What's that? Yeah, that's well and truly set. Now this should, with a bit of luck, go under this, under the plastic at this end, and hide the edge of it. Yeah, it's going. Let's try and spread this out a little bit because we only want a thin layer. Just enough to cover it and seal it all because it's quite chunky already. Probably looking to just dome it very slightly, or at least bring it up absolutely level with the top of the little mould, because that way we're not going to get too much in the way of sharp edges to worry about. I'm going over the edges slightly, so we're going to get a bit, but not too bad. Yeah, so you can see the edge of the plastic there. I'm just trying to encourage the resin to go underneath it more. That'll be okay. You can barely see it, can you? Okay, so we've still got this little ridge where I didn't quite get all of it with my nail file, so we're going to put a bit more. Basically, I'm just going to take it up as deep as I can without it overflowing. It'll still be quite a thin layer because I was almost up to the top anyway. And then we're going to leave it to cure. But in the meantime, yeah, I've got to do this little pot lid. I know the pot was a bit of an afterthought, but it's so nice. Right, just going to run around the edge now. Try to get like a neat edge to it. Minimise that sanding that I was talking about. There we are. I think we're there. Don't think I can go much further than that. Of course, this is the back as well. I've got a little bit sticking up there for some reason. But I'm not going to worry about it. How's about to match them up, if we put some of these sprinkles in that little top bit there, like that. And we go in with some clear, let that settle for a minute. Then we do some white and some pink. I'm going to end up with a bit of resin left over. I can see that. But that's not a problem. I can find something else to chuck it in. Quite a lot of mica powder. And then we'll put the white in last again. Dying to see what sort of effect that's created in there. I did have a little bit of a sneaky peek underneath the mould. And it does look promising. That's a lot of pinkiness. Right, now let's go for a little bit of clear. Just a bit of the pinky in it. A little bit of clear. Just tip this in. And I think we're done. Just a waiting game now. I'm going to put quite a lot of the white in because we ended up with quite a lot of the white in the little pot, didn't we? So let's bring it right up to the top and just leave it. Right, I'm going to chuck this in something random and I'll see you later. Right, it's rather late at night now. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, but you know, we craft, we do late. So let's have a look at what we got. First of all, let's save the suspense on this one, but let's have a look at our little pot mould because the lid has cured. And isn't it cute? I definitely overdid the white and I missed a bubble, but isn't it lovely? I love this mould. It's a cheap one from Amazon. And look, the white goes with the white down here. So look at that. Isn't that adorable? Obviously, we'll do some fancy photos at the end for you. But what you're all waiting for, I suppose, is to see whether the shaker mould has worked. And so am I. Alright, demolded easy. You know what this cheap mould's like. It's great, isn't it? So the back looks like it's worked. There's a few fingerprints where I came and poked it and a few ripples where there shouldn't be, but you know, not a problem. We can sort those out if we want to. I'll be putting little rubber feet on here, but look, that's moving. Anyway, that's the back. Let's see what the front did. Yes, that is exactly what I was looking for. Look at that. We've got the beautiful pink shell around the edge. I said that's just some nail art stuff. I'll try and find you the link for that. The pink has made this kind of little controlled billow effect when I drop the white on the back. And does the shaky bit shake? It does. Now, because this had been sat around for so long, then I have got some bit of like a scratchy effect on the surface here. So I am going to run a little bit of clear resin on there. Just clear, not going to mess about, just pour a little bit of clear on just to give that a top coat. And I think our little set is done. And I'm surprisingly pleased with this considering when I found it. I've got a weird white line around the heart. Don't know what that's from because the sanding I did was on the other side. But I think it sets the edge of the heart off quite nicely. So I'm not going to complain about that. Isn't that lovely? There's our set. Right, just going to pour a bit of clear in here, which I'll speed up, and then we'll be on to the glamour shots at the end, which hopefully will have a little bit of sun tomorrow, so I can take some nice photos. If you like this video, by the way, during the glamour shots, YouTube will pop up another video here that it thinks you'll like, so I will see you over there. Thank you so much to my subscribers, to my members, to everyone who leaves a thumbs up and a comment. I so appreciate you all. It really does help my channel. I'll see you for the next one.